Now I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? This is not a joke. It's not a joke. Alright. Anyway, thanks for ruining my song. I was really gonna belt it out, but then you started laughing. It made me self-conscious. That's really fucked up, but alright. Anyway, welcome to the show, which is politics. Although I call it politics. And the title of the episode is Gran Turismo. My name is Presh.
And I'm Ty.
Who's a piece of shit would derail my fun little song, for his own pleasure and entitlement, It really sucks when you're just trying to, lighten the mood a bit and then somebody starts laughing. Anyway, clean up from last week, right?
Yes.
So when we did the Oppenheimer episode, I was kind of rushed and I didn't have time to fact check certain things. Like, if you look at my notes from last week, it stops in the context. Alright, and actually I should put this up front. Similarly to this week, this is going to be the most unprofessional episode on the show since last week.
Wow, that's such a long time. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Actually, this Oppenheimer wasn't last week. Oppenheimer was 2 weeks ago, but we did a commentary because I was away. Yeah. Which was a good trip. Thank you for asking. I had a good time.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. It's good hanging out with the boys,
Yeah.
Anyway, so in the Oppenheimer episode, so in the scene where Florence Pugh was cooking her ass, right? Oppenheimer says something like, "Property is theft," and then says it's a Marx quote.
Yes.
So at the time that sounded wrong.
Yes.
Because I know property is capital, right?
Yes.
You get this thing where morons on the internet go, well, communism is about sharing, right? That means under communism, we'll all have to share a single toothbrush, right? That's just how it works, right? Right? So I'd like to draw a distinction between private property and personal property.
Okay.
Personal property is something you buy without the intent to generate capital from it.
Yes.
Alright, so for example, a toothbrush. Right? You use that for your personal self.
Unless you're like a toothbrush ASMR influencer. Because then you like...
I don't know about that. Because do they still use that toothbrush to...
to brush their teeth?
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's personal use, bro.
I guess.
Anyway, it could be both.
Yeah.
Right? For example, private property, also referred to as means of production, is something that you buy with the intent to generate capital.
Yes.
So I guess... Okay, but let me just carry on, yeah. For example, if I buy a lawnmower and go from house to house to cut their grass for a fee.
Yes.
That's capital.
Yes.
But if I bought... Okay, I'd also like to point out that a certain thing may be private or personal based on context.
Yeah.
Right? For example, if I buy myself a car to travel around, for example, going to work, going to shops, picking up kids from school, that is personal property.
Yeah.
But if I buy myself a car to use as a transport service, and I charge people a fee to...
to make use of the transportation of the car.
That's private property.
Right.
But why make this distinction?
I don't know.
Right? Because, on the left, Marxists believe that private property should be owned by the workers.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
So what does that look like in practical terms? Say in a lawnmower business with 10 lawnmower machines and 10 employees, we're not going to say, all right, you own a lawnmower, you own a lawnmower.
Everyone owns a lawnmower.
Right. The business owns all 10 lawnmowers, right?
Right.
And the 10 employees all own the business.
Yeah.
That is what we mean by collective ownership of the means of production.
Right.
The right wing would say, aha, what about the person who provided the capital to buy those machines? All right.
Yeah.
Let's say you put down 50,000 rand to buy the lawnmowers, right?
Yes.
The lawnmowers are all 5,000 rand each.
Okay.
The first 100,000 rand of profit, we will give it to you.
Okay.
Right? You've doubled your money.
Seems like a pretty decent investment to me.
But then every cent after that is split evenly between the workers.
Also fair enough.
Right?
Yeah.
You've doubled your money, and if you're also a worker, you will still get a slice of the profit going forward.
Yeah.
And a wage,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
They want to, okay, but there's not a single capitalist who would accept this, right?
Yeah.
They want to give over some money and put their legs up and get money in return in perpetuity.
Yeah.
So then the left-wing position is that the workers entirely own the business,
Yes.
which is seen as an extremist position.
Yeah.
And the right-wing position is that the capitalist should own the entire business, right?
Which is also an extremist position, right?
In my mind it is, but that's the commonly
What?
accepted... look around you, right?
Yeah.
Every business, well, not every business, the majority of businesses are owned by
A single person.
not a single person, like the shareholders,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
That's big businesses, but like smaller businesses, it's a single
Yeah.
owner, sole owner.
Yeah.
And that's just how it works, right?
Right.
That's called capitalism. Right? The person who gave the capital, they get all the profits.
Yeah.
And in my mind, that is an extremist position,
Yeah.
right? But for whatever reason, it's not seen that way, right? I think it makes much more sense that the people who actually do the work that generates the revenue for the business should be rewarded.
Yeah.
But I guess, it's just a difference of opinion.
I guess so.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the Oppenheimer, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, it sounded wrong, but I haven't read the entirety of Marx's writing.
Yeah.
So maybe he said that at some point, and obviously it's only one line. I don't know the context in which he said it.
Yeah.
There's a specific instance where he might have said property theft. That's why I was,
Yeah.
like I said, it sounded wrong, but I couldn't say it, right?
Yeah. Right.
I researched it, and it's actually a quote from Pierre Joseph Proudhon, right? Who Marx debunked on several occasions. So not only was that scene calling you out for not knowing Marx's theory, it was also calling out Florence Pugh. She didn't recognize that Oppenheimer was fucking full of shit, right?
Yeah. Right.
Because she's a member of the Communist Party. You'd expect her to know,
Yeah.
right? But she
Right.
didn't know. Right? And Oppenheimer just said that because he wanted to have sex with Florence Pugh, right? Very clearly. He also said something like, I read Marx in the original German,
Yeah.
right? Do you remember that?
Yes. I do
Which
remember
I
this.
also found out this week that Oppenheimer did not speak German.
Huh.
Which further goes to show that that was definitely a lie. But also in the cinema, I thought, I'm pretty sure Elon Musk tweeted that,
Yes.
right? Do you know this?
Vaguely.
Why did you? Yeah, because you said yes.
Yeah.
So I searched for the tweet and I found it. It said, read Das Kapital when I was 14, including cross-checking English translation of original German. Adam Smith for the win, obviously. Ironically, future automation will naturally lead to greater equality of consumption. Monopolies are the true enemy of the people. Competing to serve is good. Right? So it's not precisely the same as I read it in the original German. But I think it's close enough that it may be a shot at Elon Musk. Because Adam Smith and Karl Marx are not in conflict with one another.
Yeah.
Adam Smith did not invent capitalism, right?
Yeah.
He just noticed how the market worked and put it into words.
Right.
Like if I observed the migration pattern of birds and wrote it down, I didn't invent their migration, right? I'm just noticing how it worked and wrote it down.
Yeah.
Adam Smith is not giving an opinion either way. He's just saying, this is how it works.
Yeah.
These are the rules of the game.
Yeah.
Right? Marx agreed with Adam Smith's analysis. He just thinks it shouldn't work that way. That is his opinion.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
So they're not in conflict with it with another, but the only problem is that apparently both Christopher Nolan and Cillian Murphy aren't online.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Apparently Nolan still uses a flip phone. Right? So perhaps someone else on the cast or writing team came up with that to slam Musk.
Right.
I don't know. But
Maybe.
I've searched the internet and nobody's brought that up. That like it's possibly a shot at Elon Musk. So I'm willing to say this is an exclusive.
Oh.
This is what you you come to this podcast. This is what you come here for, But anyway, you said that the sex scene was unnecessary.
Yes.
Right? And I disagreed in real time, but I just want to reiterate that everything I just said. Now,
Yes.
happened in that sex scene.
Yes.
Right? That sex scene added so much insight into the characters and the dynamics between them.
Yes.
I'm really upset that you said that. You should apologize.
But I'm right.
What are you right about? You said it added nothing to the movie. I've just explained how much of characterization it showed.
It also showed that he was speaking bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah.
That tells you about him that he's a bullshitter.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
Right?
Fair enough.
It's very necessary to see their dynamic. Like I mentioned it on the episode
Yes.
in real time, right? That
Yes.
he has I don't know, he connects much more with Florence Pugh's character than he does with his wife.
Yes.
That's what it tries to show.
Right.
But anyway, you should still apologize.
Never.
Anyway, the Oppenheimer suit-up scene, right? There's a scene where he puts on his science clothes like it's a superhero costume.
Yeah.
I didn't mention that, right?
Yeah.
Which further leads into my theory that this movie is mocking superhero movies,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
We're speaking about McCarthyism,
Yeah.
which was the jailing and removal of rights of people suspected of being communists,
Yes.
jail for free speech.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the first name of McCarthy, if you remember, right?
Benny. Yes.
I looked it up, and his name is Joseph McCarthy, right?
Okay.
Have you ever seen The Manchurian Candidate?
I've heard of it.
All right. There was a movie in the early 2000s that was a remake starring Denzel Washington, but the original in the 1950s was mocking Joseph McCarthy. There's a character who just anyone somebody disagrees with him is like, "Are you a communist?" Anytime somebody's rude to him, he's just like, "We're gonna send this person to jail." Right? But yeah, when I was guessing, I said Eugene McCarthy, if you remember that.
Yes. Yeah.
And I looked it up, and yeah, Eugene McCarthy was a good guy. He was a anti-war candidate
Oh.
in, I think, the 1968 Democratic primary. He lost the primary to, I can't remember.
Someone else.
I think it was Hubert Humphrey, but don't quote me on that.
Okay.
All right.
I'm about to go out and
Yeah.
quote you on that.
Tomorrow I'll wake up, take a big sip of my coffee, and open the front page of the newspaper. Yeah. So from now on, I need you to kind of take the lead, because all I have was that was the only thing I did. All I did was clean up from last week. So the one thing I would say is, for news,
Yes.
Trump got hit with the RICO.
Yes.
You know what that is?
No, but it sounds funny.
The Racketeer, Influence, and Corrupt Organizations RICO Act is a United States federal law that provides for extended criminal penalties and a civil cause of action for acts performed as part of an ongoing criminal organization.
Okay.
So basically, they use this law to get like mafia bosses.
Right. Okay.
You
yeah.
know, like they could claim that, one of their people
Yeah.
that gets arrested for something was doing that in their personal capacity.
Yeah.
But when the RICO law came in, they can link this person to the larger organization and say,
Right.
these weren't isolated incidents.
Yeah.
This is like a pattern of gangsterism.
Yeah.
And that's how they got rid of the mafia in like the late 80s, early 90s. I don't know when this came into. Right? But anyway, in short, this is very bad. Not because of the RICO. Although the RICO is bad, he's getting a lot of his associates is also going to jail, right?
Oh, no.
But he's being charged in the state of Georgia,
Okay.
and they don't allow for presidents to pardon criminals in that state,
Okay.
right? Think about the U.S. as like an assortment of countries,
Right.
and every state is a country,
So the United Countries.
Yeah.
effectively. Got you. Okay.
right? And the president is like, he has some power,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of the states, it's called states' rights.
Yeah. Right.
There was actually what the Civil War was fought over.
Yeah.
The president Abraham Lincoln said he wants to outlaw slavery,
Yeah.
and certain right wingers today will be like, well, they didn't go to war because slavery was banned. It's just the principle of states' rights. The president shouldn't be able to tell the states what to do. But all I'll say is the states' right to do what?
have slaves, apparently.
Yes. The states right to do what? Why did they go to war? But whatever. Anyway, also the Women's World Cup final was today.
Yeah.
I was watching it, while I was supposed to be writing notes. Yeah, it was a banger, bro.
Yeah.
And I think this was a very powerful endorsement for feminism,
Yeah.
Anything a man can do, a woman can do.
Yeah.
And it proved that it's not just the men's team that are a bunch of losers. England are a nation of fucking losers, bro. A bunch of bottling fucking losers. They got cooked. Spain, okay, they only won 1-0, but like they fucked them up. Like the passing, they were so much better than them.
Yeah.
Everything was better. Yeah. Going forward, I think I'm gonna watch a lot more women's football.
Yeah.
This the Women's World Cup.
Yeah.
It got me hooked.
Yeah. For me, it was very much the same as the Netball World Cup that we had in South Africa, where like I'd never watched netball before, but I have one friend that's very into netball, and she was like, "Hey, you should watch this. It's kind of fun." I was like, "All right, sweet. I'll watch one game and then see what happens." And now I'm hooked on netball too.
All right, well, I don't endorse that. I only endorse football.
I will endorse all sports that I watch.
There's a sickness, bro.
What?
Racing. That's not a sport. That's not a sport. That's not a sport. Right? Anyway, news.
Elon Musk has announced that, so first of all, a couple days ago, he announced that Twitter would be getting rid of their block feature, besides for DMs, right? So like, you see an account that you don't like, you can block them, and then,
I'm aware of how the block works, yes.
Yeah, but, some of our listeners may not be.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, so a mute doesn't, like, if I mute someone, they can still see my tweets.
Yes.
They can still...
They can still interact with your stuff.
Yes, but you just don't see it.
Yeah.
Right? So if you post something like like even if you like post a picture of yourself.
Yeah.
And there's like some identifying information behind you.
Yes.
Like there's a store like logo is visible.
Yeah.
And then that person can come find you.
Yeah.
So a stalker, if they just mute a stalker, it's not going to work because
yeah,
they can still see that person's tweets. So that's why block is very powerful.
useful. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So he said they were going to get rid of that, and I think the next day, is she the CEO? Linda
Yaccarino.
Yeah.
Yes, we spoke about her. We spoke about her appointment. Yeah.
Yeah. She came out and she was like, "Listen, actually, upon further review, we're not going to be able to get rid of the block button."
Yeah.
Because Elon Musk doesn't actually know what he's talking about, funnily enough.
Yaccarino. Get his ass, Yak.
And both the Apple, like the App Store for Apple and the Google Play Store, require a block button for them to be able to, like, I guess, host the...
Yeah, but so what?
So...
That doesn't add anything to the argument, because who cares what the Apple Store... Like, he still has the website, right?
Yeah.
They can release the... What's the word? The Twitter updates. They don't need the App Store.
Yeah.
It would be useful for your app to be in the App Store.
Yeah.
Very beneficial, but
yes,
that's not a... If he wanted to remove the block and he was very serious about it, he could do it.
Yeah, he could.
The App Store not accepting that is not a good argument as to why he...
Fair enough.
Can't.
Yeah.
What's more is how it would affect the people that...
Yeah.
That's more...
Yeah.
That's what I would argue. Because I also saw the community notes on that thing. I thought, why are you mentioning this, bro? Who cares what the App Store thinks? That doesn't refute his... why he shouldn't or should do. But anyway, yeah. Is that all the news?
No.
All
There's
right.
more.
All right.
Well, there's one more, but
Yeah.
there's more.
The thing is, I can't see your phone. I can only. Yeah, you don't need to show me. I'm just saying. I'm just saying I can't see how many things you have. Whereas for me, I have the thing in front of you. You can just
Yeah.
look.
Okay, next time I'll just...
All right.
I'll
I don't
stick
need
a
to see it. Just tell me.
So, California is, weirdly enough,
California.
yeah, under its first ever tropical storm watch. So, like, hurricane watch. Usually, a lot of the time, hurricanes they'll specifically, like, make landfall around, like, southeastern United States. So, like, Florida.
All right,
And-
listen, Chief. Sorry to be rude, but can you cut out this nerd shit?
Okay.
Give us the real.
Basically, climate change is real because now there's a hurricane coming from the other side.
And
with-
it's not used to coming from that side.
Yeah.
This is very
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. You trying to tell me about like the rock something? I'm like, you think I'm a geologist? What on earth? What on earth is going on here? Anyway, context for the movie.
Yes.
Do you have context for the movie?
A little bit, yeah.
Which is?
It was mentioned in the first little bit of the movie, but Gran Turismo is a game that was created by Polyphony right at the... I believe it was during the 90s to kind of get people more, not into racing, but kind of able to experience racing, because it's pretty expensive to like go out and get in a car and race.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to just get a PlayStation and
What? It's easier to get a ball and kick around. But yeah. Alright, it's easier to get a PlayStation.
yeah, and drive around.
Sure.
Yeah,
Is that it?
pretty much.
Alright, well, can I give my context?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright. So Neil Blomkamp is a South African director who first came to my attention in 2009 with District 9.
Banger movie.
I think he's probably the most famous South African director.
Yeah,
Question mark. Because, obviously, like, everyone lives in their own bubble.
yeah.
I don't know, there could be a huge director in Cape Town that I'm just not aware of or whatever. The only, like, big South African director I can think of is Gavin Hood.
Yeah.
Do you know who that is?
Spud. Well, the guy who directed Spud, didn't he?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. What I know him for is he made Tsotsi.
Yeah.
That was nominated for Best Foreign Film.
Yeah.
That was like a big deal.
Yeah.
That and from the success of Tsotsi, he made the new Wolverine movie at the time. And
okay.
that was awful. I'm pretty sure that like sunk his career. But yeah, I should like Google and see what happened of him.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Blomkamp, right?
Yeah.
I remember having it was like an event, you know,
Yeah.
like it was a huge deal that a South African director was making a Hollywood movie,
Yeah.
and it was being produced by Peter Jackson,
Yeah.
who had just come off the Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
right? So, right, I haven't watched District 9 since then.
Yeah.
We'll be doing that as our commentary for this week.
Yeah.
But yes, I also wanted to. I've never properly seen his other movies.
Okay.
So the next movie after District 9 was Elysium,
Oh.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
Which I've seen like not clips, but like I remember one day I was at my friend's house,
Yeah.
and his brother and sister were watching Elysium,
Yeah.
and I just saw like 5 minutes, and then we were off to do our own stuff, right? So like
Yeah.
I never properly watched that. I just know like I knew the premise of the movie,
Yeah.
and I didn't know he directed it.
Yeah. Same.
But I watched it a few nights ago, and it's wonderful, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, so this is the thing. He has an outstanding visual style,
Yeah.
right? Both, the next movie and
Hmm.
Elysium, a very distinct visual style, and it's like. So I'm not cinematically literate enough to to explain it.
Yeah.
But he just like knows where to put the camera. Like even like conversation shots.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is just like it just adds more to
To the the movie, I guess.
Yeah, and it's just a regular conversation shot. You
Yeah.
know, like I've seen so many like boring.
Mm.
The way like people are just having a chat. You know,
Yeah.
it's not interesting. It's but yes,
It's
I
just
really
kind of there.
I really like this guy. You know, visually.
Yeah.
Also, his politics are all correct. Because like Elysium is about the fact that the rich people are in space.
Yeah.
And they have these machines that can cure anything.
Yes.
And there's like people on Earth and they're dying and like you know
Yeah.
they
Second.
yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, his politics are mainly all correct, but I don't look at a filmmaker to have quote unquote correct politics. It's just they're allowed to do whatever, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I would like to see him make a morally ambiguous movie, you know, like something, you know. But yes, it's I don't put that as a plus point or a negative point. I just thought I'd mention that. Anyway, his next movie was Chappie.
Yeah. Chappie.
And
Also a banger.
both Elysium and Chappie, the visuals are outstanding.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
Listeners. I view Neil Blomkamp as like a baby Jim Cameron, right?
Oh my goodness.
You know, we were speaking about this on the Avatar episode, right?
Yeah.
We don't have filmmakers that have this huge scale and
Yeah.
what's the word? What else was I saying? You know, like nobody makes like epics anymore.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I was saying.
Mm.
Neil Blomkamp has that talent.
Yeah.
It's just certain things let him down fucked up. Bro.
Yeah.
Like we can go through it, but I don't think he directs actors well.
Okay.
I think he just lets the actor do whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
You know, and says, you know, you're free to
Express yourself.
yes, express yourself. You build up the character on your own.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because there's like an uneven tone both in Chappie and Elysium where like it's inconsistent, where you have this character who's like he thinks they're in a comedy movie and this character is like, right. I think like maybe I don't know what he could do to like solve that.
Yeah.
But even in this movie, Gran Turismo, we're going to talk about it now, I don't think a lot of the performances worked.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can blame the actors, but at the end of the day, it's the director who's directing the actor.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I would say that. But yes, I don't know why. So all his movies basically just, except for District 9, just basically slightly broke even.
Okay.
I think like one cost 100 million and it made like 401. You know, like,
It's just.
yes, like because you have to double for marketing, which is 200, and then yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
no,
Close
that would be a lot.
Yeah.
I'm saying 201 million.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
just
that's
just
what I'm trying to
right
say.
there.
Right.
Yes.
It's yeah. So
Yeah.
I also love that he's doing original filmmaking.
Yeah.
It's Elysium, Chappie, and District 9 aren't.
Based on anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just from his mind, right?
Yeah.
Well, Chappie is like a remake of RoboCop,
Yeah.
right? And I was just
Basically.
like perusing this guy's Wikipedia,
Hmm.
and he was linked to making a RoboCop movie. And
Oh.
after I watched Chappie on Friday night, I was like, "Why the fuck would you make a RoboCop movie? You've done your own original take on the work, and it's
Yeah.
such a wonderfully made, you know, wonderfully shot, wonderfully not animated. What's the word?
Generated, I guess. I don't want to say generated.
Visually, yeah, effect. Yeah,
Yeah.
The effects are wonderful. It's just, yeah,
It's just a good movie.
yeah. No, but I was gonna say, if he had more money and like he wasn't constrained by certain things.
Yeah.
So this film is egregious with product placement.
Yes.
I was like, fuck off, bro. This is madness. It's so crazy. I would never buy any of the brands advertising this movie because it's so, the way they've pushed it so much on me, it really upset me. But also for Chappie, right?
Yeah.
At the end of Chappie, he like downloads himself into a PlayStation.
Yes.
I can't remember precisely, right? But that was also outrageous product placement.
Yeah.
So I think the thing is he doesn't get the budgets that he
needs,
and he like kind of supplements that with product placement.
Yeah.
Which I think is a huge detriment to himself.
Yeah.
Right? I wish somebody would just hand him like 300 million and say, do what you want, bro. No, you're under no obligation to include any brands. You can
just do what you like.
I was going to say, with the performances I was criticizing now.
Yeah.
Is some of that also casting? Because I think if you cast a good person and say, do what you want, it works much better than not.
Yeah.
So for example, in Elysium, I thought Matt Damon was outrageously miscast.
Okay.
He's not the actor for that character. And again, I think it's somewhat the directing, it's somewhat Matt Damon being allowed to run free.
Yeah.
Like I wish he would just take more control of his actors and say, this is what I need.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Yeah, and accents.
So
Sholto Copley.
No.
He's the main character in District 9.
Oh, yeah,
He's the the hunter in Elysium.
Okay.
Kruger.
Yeah.
He's the voice of Chappie, and he does the motion capture for Chappie.
Right.
He's a long-time collaborator of Neil Blomkamp. I think this is the first movie without him.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. Blomkamp made like a horror movie that he like filmed during the pandemic.
Okay.
I haven't seen that. I don't have time this weekend to watch that one.
Okay.
But, yeah. What was I saying? No. The casting, right? In Chappie, he has the Antwoord.
Yes. Yes.
Right? They were like, I don't even know if they were popular, because again, I'm in a different like bubble.
I think they're still around.
I didn't say they're not around. Just I don't know who they were popular with. I just remember them getting a lot of attention in America.
Yeah.
And like, well, I just thought, why? Dude. Like, I know a lot of people around me within my bubble were just like embarrassed by them. So that's the thing. Like, I feel because he allows the actors to do whatever, sometimes they lean into stereotypes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And also with the Antwoord, I was thinking, Yolandi was the
lady.
The lady.
Yeah.
You can see the acting, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a person that's just that character. It feels like a person that's visibly acting, like you don't want to see that. And some people might try to be like, oh yeah, an actor in a movie. Yes, I understand what that is, but I'm saying it's not like natural. You feel taken out of it, like
it breaks the immersion.
It breaks the immersion, right?
Yeah.
And again, that's down to him. Right? But anyway, what else do I want to say? Racially, right?
Yeah.
He has like a liberal white guilt complex. This guy, right?
Okay.
Every villain is like a white person, and like every good person is like black or biracial or
Huh. Yeah.
Like Matt Damon was raised in a Mexican church.
So it counts.
No, but I'm saying like he's a white guy that he cast as the hero, but he had to give him some sort of like thing. Which I don't know, liberal white people.
Yeah.
Like I said, white guilt. They like go overboard and kind of like flagellate themselves. Like, I don't mean this in like a white power way, but it's okay to be white. You don't have to apologize for it or whatever. Because I listen to I listen to a podcast called Knowledge Fight.
Yes. Yes.
And Alex Jones did an episode on Elysium where he's like, folks, they're encouraging the Mexicans to come over and kill the white race. This is an anti-white movie. No, I really don't think it's that hectic. But you know, there is something like some undercurrent going on there, like, you know. But sorry. Well, in this movie, I was gonna say the main character is biracial.
Yes.
But then at the end, you see that the real character is biracial. So
Yes, yeah.
you know, it's not like a casting
Yeah.
decision that he. You know, I mean, not a casting. It's not a decision he made to make that character.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And there's but anyway, I don't really, because like I watched these movies 2 days ago.
All right.
I haven't really had time to think about the racial politics of it.
Yeah.
Except that there's a very clear anti-white agenda. Maybe Alex Jones is right. Anyway, so my thoughts on this movie.
Okay.
First of all, the lead character is a charisma vacuum. This
Okay.
guy, he's a harmless idiot. Do you know what hanging a lantern on something means?
No.
It's when there's a ridiculous part of the movie, so a character within the movie calls out that ridiculous situation,
Right.
so that the audience feels better about it. That you know, it's not going unnoticed. That somebody, you know, recognizes how ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
So during the movie, at some point, Bloom. Oh, I was gonna call him Oliver Bloom.
Danny Moore.
Orlando Bloom.
Yeah.
Right. Says, you know, when like David, the one guy wins by 1/10 of a second, or
Yes,
whatever.
yeah.
And he's like, this guy is an idiot. Let's get the other guy who's cool. They called it out, bro. Within the movie, they called it out. Like, he's very like, he was so boring, right?
Okay.
And they were trying to make it seem as if though he needs to like kind of break out of his shell.
Yeah.
But you know, usually in movies, what they do is they have a character be with someone they trust,
Right.
maybe like a close friend, and they, you know, when they're with a close friend, they can open up and be, you know, I don't know,
Themselves, I guess.
right?
Yeah.
And then you show that how, you know, in public that person learns to become the person they are with their friends.
Yeah.
In this movie, he doesn't have a thing. You know, he's just a charisma vacuum from the beginning. It's all he does is like, I love racing. That's
Yeah.
his one character trait, which is not a character trait, bro.
That's my one character trait too.
But well, doesn't that say something? Maybe you should be looking at the man in the mirror then. You know? Yes, that's the first thing. But
Okay.
you know, going back to casting.
Yeah.
So I think it's not the fact that this guy is biracial or whatever. Just similar to Matt Damon, I just think they should have gotten somebody else.
Okay,
Right? David Harbour is wonderful.
Yeah.
He's
Oh.
he's the only one in this movie. I'm like, we've got a pro here. This guy, this guy is locked in. He has, you know.
He is my favorite character in the
Yeah. Right. Even Orlando Bloom. Sorry, I meant to say this with accents, right?
Yeah.
I was just mentioning Sholto Copley, and then we got distracted, right?
Yeah.
Sholto Copley,
Yes.
both in District 9 and Elysium, has this fucked up accent, right?
Right.
And similar, the Ford also has fucked up accent. And I don't think that's how people talk. I think they're leaning into it somewhat, you know?
Yeah.
And like leaning into stereotypes, which I don't really like.
Okay. Yeah.
Similarly, in this movie, Orlando Bloom has the thickest fucking English accent, right? Maybe it's because I'm used to him, you know, being in American movies.
Speaking American.
Yeah,
Yes.
speaking American. But yes, like, he, maybe that's how he just talks in his regular life. And similarly for Sholto Copley, maybe that's just how he sounds in real life. But I feel like it was like in parody territory, you know? Like, and maybe like my view of Orlando Bloom is being shaded by my thoughts on his other previous movies.
Yeah.
You know, maybe Orlando Bloom's accent wasn't that hectic, but just because I've have this narrative in my head,
Yeah.
I've applied it to Orlando Bloom. But yeah,
For me, it was like he kind of spoke in the voice that I would assume a marketing executive has. Like,
Yeah.
They've all got that kind of weird, posh-ish English accent.
Sure.
That-
But even then, he's leaning into it, right? Like I
Yeah.
said, it's
Yes.
leaning into stereotypes.
Yes.
But yes, I also like, I was saying the main character.
Yeah.
There was a scene where he gets into like a fight with the other Gran Turismo player that wants to become a real
Yeah.
driver, right?
Paxton Hall Yoshida. No,
I
that's
don't know any of their names. bro.
Darren Burnett.
Who cares?
Burnett.
I would never know. You could name any name. I would be like, I don't know. Whatever. The other Gran Turismo guy that like fought with him.
Yes.
That he lost by 1/10 of a second.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
That guy was much more interesting. Like when they were arguing. Oh, that's the first time I had that thought. Like, why is this guy the main character? Oh, sorry. Why isn't this guy the main character?
Yes.
But anyway.
Well, both work. Why is this guy the main character, and why isn't this
I
guy?
know, I understand. Anyway.
Yeah.
Other.
Yeah, I mean, I don't usually in my notes. I didn't want to take away points for accuracy, but there's so much that's wrong. It's insane.
All right. My response is, who cares?
Yeah, I know.
Who cares?
I know. It's
All
a
right.
movie, man. Whatever.
It
but
said,
like,
based on a true story means nothing, bro.
yes.
I'm pretty sure there was some movie where like this guy was a grave digger. Oh, grave robber, sorry.
Alright.
He would dig up graves and steal like jewelry that the person was buried with.
Right.
And that story became he was murdering people and he was, burying them and he stole before. But yes, so it's like Hollywood is allowed to take creative liberty with
Yes.
the stories, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, we spoke about this with Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Biopic based on a true story. All of this doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
Right?
It's just this. So like,
what was inconsistent? I'm gonna just take a big sip of coffee and let you chat for a while.
okay, so it's stuff like, the flying car, like his crash at the Nürburgring.
That was wonderful, bro.
That
That was crazy.
it would never happen. I get why they did it, right? I get the whole, like,
I thought he was dead. I thought the movie was gonna end there.
you need a rise so that you can have a fall and then he rises back up, right?
Yeah, but he murdered somebody, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was too much of a leap for me.
That's, well,
Well, do you want to go chronologically or just random thoughts?
yeah, I was just going random thoughts,
Okay,
but
random thoughts. That's fine.
yeah. So, like, that. Actually, the most realistic part about that is that it probably would have murdered someone.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
I don't
Racing
know why
is
everyone was
terrifying.
so blasé about that. They're like, it's not your fault. Yeah.
Well, it
You
isn't.
crashed into somebody and they died, bro. That's understand. There's some like what happened precisely.
So,
He
okay.
didn't change his tires.
No. So, without going into the nerdy stuff, right?
Yeah.
The wind going over the car was enough to get under it and create like a cushion. So, it like,
Lifted up.
yeah, it lifted up and then it kept going. So, it flipped over and then rolled.
Okay.
And
What could he have done to stop it?
nothing. He couldn't have done anything.
Yeah.
It's part of the setup of the car.
I might have to retake my.
Yeah.
It wasn't his fault.
No.
Well, I blame the match organizers for having people so close. Because anything can happen, right? Even not like that, but like
Yeah.
just a regular crash,
Yeah.
and like a piece of metal goes flying.
Yeah. That
Right
is
there,
true.
Like I don't know why they were so close when.
That's like, again, funnily enough, one of the more accurate things in the movie.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole appeal of the Nürburgring.
Yeah. Bad safety standards are all around us. Yeah.
Well, they've got those. I don't know if you saw them, but they've got like big silver
It's
fences.
not that big. It was. I could jump over that, bro. I can't jump over anything.
Not those ones. There's ones behind them that are like a lot taller. They're like maybe 20 meters high.
All right. Well, again, I don't watch racing. I don't know about all this shit.
Those.
But just from the movie, I thought that's very lax safety standards. We should get the government down here and, issue some fines or something. But, yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, it's, yeah, that in theory, if it happened in real life, it would be the mechanic's fault. And there would be like a serious investigation, and you know how they were saying like the FIA would pull Nissan's licenses? That would have happened already. They wouldn't have been allowed to race after that until the investigation was concluded. But then they went to Le Mans so that they raced to prove that they could still keep the license. And it's like, could have done this differently in a way that would make a little bit more sense in terms of the story that you're trying to tell for the nerds out there.
Oh, so you want it to be catered to.
Yeah.
Let's not make a broad appealing movie. Let's cater to a subsection of people. All right. Yes, I agree. That's what they should have done. No, I do agree. That's what they should have done. But I'm saying a Hollywood executive would not allow that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Another thing was that Kappa, like the bad guy in the gold car.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And look, we talk about visually distinct things, right?
Yeah.
It's good that the like we can see it's gold because it's flashy and he has the most, it's the biggest car.
It's the richest
The
car.
richest car.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
So
gold plated.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Visually, you don't need to hear somebody say it. You can just tell.
Yeah, you just know.
Right? But yes, that's what I'm talking about. Neil Blomkamp, he's very good at
Yeah.
visual stuff.
Yeah, he is.
It's
He's
just-
so good.
Casting and acting.
Yeah.
Christ on a crack. But yeah, I thought this movie was very cliche in terms of plot structure.
Yeah.
It's very like, okay, most music biopics, most sports biopics all follow the same story.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
It's a person, they have a dream.
Yeah.
They're on a good track, and
Hmm.
something bad happens, and then they have to pull themselves back together, and they get a win at the end.
Yeah.
Sometimes this gets subverted by they lose at the end, but they had a moral victory.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
something, right? That's why I said, when that car flipped,
Yeah.
if he just died in the movie ended there, that would have been so crazy. I would have been like, this would be the best movie of the year if he just died there. Bro. But yeah, that to be accurate, quote unquote. That would have been What else did I want to say? I think this has a very bad message.
Okay.
I was saying Neil Blomkamp, his politics are perfect.
Yeah.
And I think you should do a morally ambiguous movie. This is a very bad message.
Okay.
So this guy, it's about following his dream.
Yes.
I'm not saying don't follow your dream.
Yeah.
But he's being totally impractical about,
Yeah.
like, he can game on the weekends.
Yes.
But during the week, if he has a job, right?
Yeah.
He can earn some money and get a better steering setup and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's not being practical at all. He just wants to
He just wants to race.
if he had a plan,
Yeah.
okay, I'm getting into this game
Yeah.
so that one day I can do this and then I can become a driver.
Yes.
There was a plan to it. That would be a whole different story.
Yes.
He just got lucky that I keep wanting to say Oliver Bloom. Orlando Bloom came up with this
The marketing scheme.
I was going to say project,
that too.
whatever it's called, the idea.
Yeah.
He just got extremely lucky that this happened, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And the movie is kind of agreeing with him
Yeah.
by showing that he won in the end. Right? He didn't have a backup plan. He didn't,
Yeah.
it's a very bad message.
Yeah.
And also it's promoting gaming, which is the worst thing of all.
Ouch.
Right.
Okay. That's fine. I see how it is.
The thing is, gamers,
Yes.
they're too antisocial.
I would say they're social, but in a different way.
I understand what you're saying. You can chat with people online.
Yeah.
But that's a whole different thing to, being in public.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's similar to like, all this guy said is, I love racing, right?
Pretty
But
much, yeah.
if you sit in your room all day and race, that's what you're gonna like. If you get out there and try different things, then you can see like, okay, this is what I enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't race, because that is something that he loves. He should keep doing it.
Yeah.
But if that's at the expense of learning about other things, then that's a bad thing, right?
Yeah.
And then the movie just encourages him to everything worked out for this guy, bro. Which again, I understand it's a movie and it's based on a true story.
Mm.
But they could have shown the parents being right in some way, like he had some drawback because he could,
Because he became a racer. Well,
yeah, or
like because he raced all the time.
yes, and he.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just encouraging to go all in. And again, I'm not saying don't follow your dreams. I don't want it to be taken as like I'm saying I'm like the father in this movie, because the father in this movie is explicitly saying don't follow your dreams.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying be practical about how you approach following your dream.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's reasonable. Yes.
Yes. What else did I want to say?
I
Oh, you
don't
can.
know. Anyway, so like I was saying about 10 minutes ago.
Oh. Sorry. Sorry for the interruption.
It's okay. We've all been there. Kappa, the gold guy, he, like in theory, he should have been disqualified in like the second race.
What did he do?
Because
You
first,
bumped him.
yeah, he kept bumping him and he pushed him up against the wall and
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't know about that. In football, that's just shoulder to shoulder. That's just two players going for the ball. So that's what I thought was happening in this movie. But oh wait, speaking of which, the Premier League is back.
Yes, yes, it
we'll
is.
speak about this. We'll have
a little section
yes,
later on.
But yes,
But yeah, like in theory, he would like in real life accurate events.
yeah,
He
Just
wouldn't-
get banned for a few
Yeah,
races.
yeah, definitely.
Well, that we didn't see every race, right? He could have been banned.
I think we saw like so every
Was
time.
he there at the next race?
Yeah, he was there at all of the races that we saw.
But do we know the timeline? That's the
No, yeah, that's the thing,
He could have
yes.
been banned for like 3 matches. He comes back for the 4th, and that's the one you see.
Technically, yes,
Yeah.
but
It wasn't told to us.
yeah. I feel like it should have been
I think
told.
we can just link the dots.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
He could have been. He couldn't have been. It's whatever.
yeah,
It's not too much of a.
yeah.
It can be explained away so
yeah.
easily.
Yeah, fair enough. Also, the pit crew. You know how Jack's like, they're gonna hate you. They want you to fail, pretty much.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah.
Kicking the balls to the pit crew, bro. What did they do to this?
It would never ever happen.
Did they traumatize him as a child? What did they do?
Yeah, I honestly I don't know why they had that whole thing where it was like they hate the driver, because like Kappa's team, fair enough, he's a douchebag, but like at Team Nissan there was no reason to have that little thing.
Team Nissan.
Hmm?
Team Nissan.
Yeah, Team Nissan.
You're doing more promotion for them. don't say Nissan.
They were called Team Nissan.
Just say the good guys team. I'm gonna bleep that in the edit.
Team Bleep.
Yeah. It really pissed me off, bro. I was just shaking my head. And well, the guy I was sitting next to in the theater, right?
Yeah.
He was just reacting to everything. He was having a ball, right?
Same.
So this is the thing in. So we had a trailer for The Equalizer 3 came on.
Yeah.
And they don't say anything. We just like a thing opens up and we see Denzel.
Yeah.
And when that thing came, we said, "Oh shit!" I love that guy, bro. And I don't know. It's way different to I said I don't like talking in the theater.
Yeah.
That's his natural reaction to seeing something that fucked him up.
Yeah.
Like that's I don't want to stifle creative intent. Yes, but yeah. he added a lot to my experience. I was living vicariously through that man. Anytime a good car came on, he was like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I didn't like the visuals. Let me explain.
Okay.
Not how the visuals were done,
Uh-huh.
the visuals that were used.
Okay.
In his previous movies, like you have robots and like sci-fi shit.
Yeah.
This movie is very grounded in the present.
Yeah. Okay.
Even like I like towards the end there was a transition from, you know,
The racing to the
to
home setup to the race.
But
Yeah.
even on the racetrack,
Yeah.
it felt like a game.
Yeah,
which
that's
is
kind
not-
of.
Yes, I understand that's the point, but it wasn't that good looking. If you understand what I'm saying,
Yeah.
gaming graphics are not as good as movies.
Well.
We can argue
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
To me,
Sure. Yes.
and I don't play enough games. It
Yes.
From the games I have played, it just seems
Yeah. That's
movies
fair.
just seem better.
Yeah.
Right, but yeah. So I thought there would be more cool futuristic stuff because that's what I know Neil Blomkamp for.
Right.
But yeah, it was just very, like I said, very much grounded in the present. There wasn't futuristic shit that blew me away.
Yeah.
The car like flipping, that was
Yeah.
really great.
Yeah.
Right. And I was gonna say, like, it doesn't feel like a Neil Blomkamp movie
Okay.
because
Yeah.
you know we have these robots in Elysium,
Yes.
and that's set in the future, and Chappie is set in 2016.
Yeah.
They could theoretically be set in the same universe,
Yeah, they could.
right?
Yes.
That you can see the transition from the technology, and he's building like a very immersive world.
Yeah.
I wish he would carry on with that instead of, because like I said, I was going through his Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
He's linked with RoboCop.
Yeah.
Why on earth would you do that? You've like I said, you've created this vast, interesting world. He shoots in Johannesburg,
Yeah.
right? Both Chappie and I don't think Elysium, but whatever.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the visuals in Chappie.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, a few movies like Dread in 2012 used the highway.
Yeah.
I can't remember what that highway is called, but it goes through like Phosphats.
The M1,
Who cares, bro?
M1, M2.
I just know the road. I don't know the name of the road. Anyways, yes. So I really think this movie could have been made by anyone.
Yeah. It really could have.
It doesn't have the Neil Blomkamp fingerprints on it, you know.
Yeah.
It seems so generic.
Yeah.
Because like I said, he has this distinct visual style.
Yeah.
And then this movie was like a huge step down for me in terms of that.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
I called him a baby Jim Cameron. You know? That's high praise. That's unbelievable praise, bro. But like I said, his movies don't make that. They only just slightly break even.
Yeah.
So I don't think Hollywood trusts him with the money to
Yeah.
make this a wider world, which is a damn shame.
Yeah. That is true.
Anyway, closing thoughts. Oh, I don't know why I said that. Do you have more thoughts?
I've got more notes.
All right.
So far I've only said negative things about this movie.
What? You've been overwhelmingly positive. What the hell?
What do you mean?
All right, you complain about the accuracy, but
Yeah.
you loved all the cars and shit.
Yeah, I didn't really get to that.
You have more shit to say about cars.
Yeah. I have so much shit to say
Carry
about
on.
cars. The cars are incredible.
Sorry.
Oh my god. Yeah, like I know you're not a car guy.
I didn't say anything to you, bro. Carry on with what you're saying.
But the cars are incredible. It's just like you'll see like a shot, right? And there'll be a car there and you're like, "Oh my goodness, it's a specific type of car." And you're like, "Wow, I didn't expect that to be in there." But anyway, those are all Gran Turismo
Are you
cars.
telling me there were cameos?
Yes, they were car cameos.
Where like
Optimus Prime
Alfred Molina as Doc Ock. That's your version of it.
Yeah. Exactly that, yes.
John JFK at the end of Oppenheimer. That's in the villain's car. Alright, carry on.
But yeah, they're all Gran Turismo licensed cars, which means they're in the game.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's pretty cool that they used all the cars from the game
I don't know,
in the movie.
Someone told me it was inaccurate, this movie, but
Yeah, they get some things right.
oh, okay.
It's like a 50% hit rate, but they
Alright.
get some things right.
That's a pass. Well, that's not a pass. 51%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really loved the drone shots. Like, at Spielberg, I think it's the first race where like
Spielberg.
not Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, but when did they mention that?
Austria. The Austrian race.
Fuck me. Alright, carry on. The only one I know is Le Mans. And that's because it was 24 hours. And I saw it on Top Gear years ago. They did it Le Mans.
Oh, okay. No, it's fine. I'll get to that. But the drone shot underneath the big Red Bull, so it flips under a big Red Bull and then comes out over the track. I loved that shot. That was incredible. And I don't know if I wish that they used more drone shots, or like if it was just the right amount, because they had quite a few, like with the training, like during the boot camp and during races and stuff. It's like, it's there, it's cool, but I don't know if I wanted more during the races. Anyway,
I like drone shots.
Yeah, me too.
Ambulance.
Ambulance. Yeah.
It's a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah, right.
I don't know who told him about about drone shots. But yes, I don't like Michael Bay that much.
Yeah.
But he does have a very distinct visual style. And him getting drones was one of the best things that happened to him, because the way he's been using it, well, it's only been one movie, but but yeah, I really liked his use of, I'm talking about Michael Bay, his use of drone shots.
Yeah.
I didn't think too much of the drone shots in this movie, but you're telling me there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot to like show where he is in a race. So like, they'll have like the freeze frames and then a little pop-up about what position he's in. Those are a lot of drone shots. And yeah. So I was talking about Le Mans. But Le Mans, that's another, I'm sorry, I know I'm just pointing out inaccurate things, but like that, I'm assuming they only had the Bugatti circuit to film on at Le Mans, because I'm assuming they filmed it on location, right? And the last corner of the 24-hour track is not that same hairpin thing that it is in the movie.
It's a disgrace, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I said it first, bro.
I am saying that exact same thing.
Okay.
Why
don't you disagree with me? Okay. Yeah.
Like, for me, the inaccuracies kind of broke the immersion for me. But like, I get that for the general public who like, they're not into all this stuff. They're like, oh yeah, that's, it makes sense. That's
actually,
cool.
I want to see what the box office is like for this movie.
Yeah.
Because like the place closest to me, it was in the smallest cinema.
Yeah.
So it's like they clearly don't have confidence in this movie doing well. When I would have liked to. I was wondering if I should watch this movie in IMAX.
Yeah.
But but like I said, it was a huge disappointment. I would like to watch either Chappie or Elysium in IMAX.
Yeah.
But not this, because like I said, the visual style is not.
Yeah. But I mean, I will be going to watch this in IMAX soon, because I like to nerd out about cars.
Well, that's the thing. Are they showing it in IMAX?
As far as I've seen, yes.
Alright.
So.
Isn't there something coming out, like a Marvel movie soon?
Not that I
that's
know
in
of.
November.
Yeah, it's a while.
Quite a while.
Yeah. So, yeah, I will be going to see this in IMAX. Just because I like cars. And if you take out the inaccuracy, I gave it an 8. Which I think is, like, pretty decent. But like with all the inaccuracy, for me, it was a 6.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
2 points for accuracy.
2 whole points for accuracy.
That's madness, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me,
Mm-hmm.
it's a 6.
6 already. Okay.
But I'm leaning towards a 7
Okay.
for David Harbour.
Yeah.
I want to
Oh,
see.
he was so good.
I want to see how like I feel about him in. Because the thing is, I watched it last night.
Yeah.
So. So I still need time to like digest it
Yeah.
and think about it some more.
Right.
But yes, 6, and I'm thinking about bumping up to 7, but don't quote me on that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So not bad ratings, as far as we can tell so far.
That is pretty bad, bro. 6.
Well, it could be worse.
Yeah, but that's not. You shouldn't be looking below you. You should be looking above you. All right. So at current moment, it's made 10 million, nearly 11 million at the worldwide box office.
Which is not a lot.
I don't know how much it costs. Let me just Google that.
Look,
Yeah.
looking at the amount of cars they had, like the amount of expensive cars they had, it's gonna be a lot more than 10 million. Like a substantial amount more.
All right. Well, do you want to move on to what you watched?
Yeah. So I mean, this week, in the past 2 weeks actually, I've only watched this. It's called Mech Cadets.
Mech Cadets.
Mech Cadets. Think of it like Pacific Rim meets Transformers.
Wasn't Pacific Rim Transformers?
Well,
They're essentially big robots, but they're piloted by people instead of being sentient.
Yeah.
They're pretty much the same. I don't know why you said
Because
you could have just said one.
Well,
Alright.
not really, because so the robots come from space, right? And then they pick a pilot. So it's kind of like in between Pacific Rim and Transformers. It's alright. I mean, it's like it seems to be like a kid's thing because it's very like animated. But
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
yeah,
All you do is
yeah,
is love, kids movies.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and now how the tables, how the turntables.
How the turntables.
Yes.
Yeah. But
yes. I'm so fucking angry, bro. Our Spider-Verse, bless you.
Thank you.
A Spider-Verse episode has like 50 listens.
Yes.
The Mario movie has 350. It's 7 times the number of Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse, I didn't like it as much as other people, but it's crazy. 7 times. I'm thinking about deleting the episode. I don't like the audience. They're choosing the wrong goddamn thing. It's fun.
Listener, he doesn't mean that. Please stay.
I'm gonna
Please,
do it, bro.
please stay.
I'm gonna do it.
Listener, listen to me. He doesn't mean it. I'm sorry for what he said. Please stay.
I precisely mean it.
No, stop it.
Anyway, are you done with recommendations?
Yeah, that's literally it.
Too busy gaming.
Yeah. And uni work.
Uni work.
Yeah.
That's a lie. You were just gaming. you like this guy from the movie. Anyway, so I watched a new Paul Schrader film, Master Gardener.
Oh.
I went to the Nouveau.
Okay.
It was released a while ago, but it only came to South African cinemas like last week.
Okay.
So that's why. Like, it's been on digital. I could have rented it online since whenever, like May or whenever it came out.
Yeah.
It's been quite a while, but I wanted to see it in the cinema. Right.
Yeah.
Schrader is most famous for writing Taxi Driver.
Right. Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, Martin Scorsese directed, but in that time, Schrader has gone on to become a director.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's constantly examining the same topic, which is a man burdened by his past.
Huh.
And then he meets a woman who helps him come to terms with that past. and I didn't like this version of the plot that much.
Okay. Yeah.
It was wonderfully shot, and the acting was good,
Okay.
and it has some fun, trippy visuals.
Okay.
But yeah, I really thought the plot was weak.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like it's kind of hollow. It's a very pretty movie, but it has a hollow center.
There's no substance to it.
But it's so pretty. Yeah, I gave it a 7.
It's like a donut.
Because the thing is, like he's always looking at his plants, and they're so nice.
Oh, well, he's a master gardener.
Yeah. Well, you don't know that. Maybe he's aspiring to be one, and he doesn't become a master gardener at the end. You don't know.
That is true.
Yeah, but anyway, I really liked it.
Right.
Season 3 of Only Murder. Oh, sorry. I gave Master Gardener 7.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So, not bad.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's so pretty, bro. I just said that. Season 3 of Only Murders in the Building premiered last week.
Okay.
It's allegedly a comedy,
Okay.
but I very rarely laugh.
Okay.
And when I do, it's almost exclusively due to something Martin Short said. Right?
Okay, yeah. Right.
I think it's intriguing, and that's why I keep watching.
Okay.
It's not like... Yeah, it's not... I don't laugh at all.
Right.
It's just once in a while.
Yeah.
But I love detective stuff. And they have like a good chemistry between them. Even if it's not like funny.
Yeah.
It's just they bounce off each other. Yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
the next installment in the Tim Burton miniseries was Dark Shadows.
Okay.
Right, which is a movie version of a long-running show from the 1960s.
Hmm.
It's very like Addams Family.
Oh, okay.
You know, like
yeah,
they like kind of goth.
Yeah. Right.
Right, like Cabinet of Caligari, you know, of Dr. Caligari.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Right. Okay.
So I watched this movie with my auntie and little cousin at the theater in 2012. I didn't like it then, and I don't like it now. Like I said, it's adapting a TV show.
Okay.
So it tries to include all the iconic moments from the show, but this happened over many years, so all the scenes feel kind of squashed together. Like
Right.
they're kind of like vignettes.
Yeah.
But
okay.
it doesn't really mesh together well,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right. I gave it a 5.
Okay.
And you can see the huge downturn I've been giving in Tim Burton movies. Like,
Yeah.
90s Tim Burton was hitting it out of the park.
Yeah.
Edward, Mars Attacks. What's the other one I really liked? Not Beetlejuice. Well, the Batman movies.
Yeah.
The first Batman movie.
Yeah.
That penguin is so... he just throws up bile, bro. It's so upsetting. Goddamn. Yeah. Anyway, then following this, I watched another Tim Burton movie,
Okay.
Alice in Wonderland.
Okay.
I've mentioned that following Avatar in 2009, it started a trend where everyone tried to do a 3D movie.
Yeah.
This movie made $1 billion
That's
simply
a lot.
because it was the next 3D movie after Avatar, right? $1 billion.
It just got hyped up because it was 3D.
It's an awful movie, bro. It's so crazy. You know these Disney sickos?
Yeah.
They try to say Avatar had no cultural impact.
Yeah.
This movie made Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland made $1 billion. And it's not like I said, there's a difference between directors who film in 3D
Yeah.
and directors who, like, they film the movie and do a post-conversion where they add 3D elements after the fact.
Right. Yeah.
This movie was post-conversion 3D. It sucked. Because, like I said, it almost certainly just killed 3D. But the thing is, like, because of the success of Avatar, there was a bunch of movies that were already in production.
Yeah.
So they
right.
couldn't... Something had been set in motion, right?
Yeah.
But after the failure of Alice in Wonderland, well, it made $1 billion. That's not a failure.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that a failure.
I'm saying it was such a bad movie that it put off the audience too.
to watch other 3D.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it just showed that there's a handful of people who can do this.
Yeah.
Big Jim, he's one of them. Then sorry. So, but simply because it was the next 3D movie, but the 3D was so rubbish that it disillusioned everyone again.
Yeah.
I gave it a 6 because I liked the story and some effects, but it's all in all, it's not a good movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Then I watched the Meg 2, The Trench.
Oh, I saw the trailer for this and I was like, I don't really
Bro.
feel like watching this.
I think I have an addiction to popcorn.
Oh.
Because I saw this in the theater. And this is, I don't know why. I was just like, I want to eat popcorn. And I looked at the thing, and it's all movies I've seen before. Or like, kids' movies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I guess I'm watching the Meg. Right. It's very cliche and genuinely awful. Right?
Okay.
You know when I said, like I always say this, right? If you want to follow similar plot points
Yeah.
or something else, that's fine, because there's a reason it keeps being used. It's because that format works.
Yeah. Right.
But you have to do something interesting,
Yeah.
right, within that format, be it like better visuals or...
Yeah.
There's a bunch of things that can differentiate your movie, even though it follows a very basic plot,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
But this didn't have anything.
This
right?
is just nothing.
Right. Well, it had some stuff, right?
Okay.
That being said, it has a tongue-in-cheek, fun energy about it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I gave it a 5.
It's better than a 4.
Yes. Then I got home and watched the first Meg.
Okay.
Right. I don't know. Okay. The first Meg was called The Meg.
Yes.
The second one is called Meg 2, The Trench.
Yes.
Why not The Meg 2,
The trench.
The Trench?
Or
They-
the Meg 2 trench.
Yeah.
Ah.
They depriving us of our daily quota of the we demand 2, and they're like, no, best I can do is 1.
Why can't we get the Meg, the 2, the trench, the...
That's the ideal scenario,
Yeah.
but it's a negotiation. We need to see what we can get. Let's be practical here. The Meg to the Trench. That's the middle. That's the middle ground. I'm a Hillary Clinton style centrist. Sorry. Then I got home and watched. I think that they're of the same quality,
Okay.
although I prefer the second.
Okay.
Then I watched the next movie in the Park Chan-wook miniseries, Thirst.
Okay.
It's a movie about a priest turning into a vampire.
That sounds kind of cool.
When I initially watched it, I gave it an 8.
Okay.
I think it's better than I gave it credit for, but not enough to bump it up to a 9.
Okay.
I definitely like this less than most people, because, obviously I'm following along on Blank Check.
Yeah, right.
Both the co-hosts of that show and the guests they had on were very big on Thirst. They're like, this might be his best movie. I'm like, no ways, dude. That's not true. Right? Some people have this as their number 1 Park film.
Okay.
Which is so wild to me.
Yeah.
A new season of Solar Opposites came out this week.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
No.
It's Justin Roiland's other show.
Oh.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
He's the voice of Rick and Morty. He's the creator of Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Right? But since the truth about him being an abuser has come out, they replaced him.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So it's a sci-fi show, right?
Yeah. Right.
So he gets stabbed in the throat, and then when they use a device to fix it,
Oh,
and then when he speaks, he has a different voice.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know who the new actor is, but
Well played, them.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's still a really excellent show.
Okay.
I gave it an 8.
That's pretty good.
Both this season and the series as a whole is an 8.
Okay. Yeah.
The Jennifer Lawrence movie, No Hard Feelings.
Oh.
It came to streaming this week.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I really love this movie.
Okay.
The plot plays out in a cliche way, but, like I just mentioned earlier, right? Certain things are done in a certain way because it works.
Yeah.
It was filled with a lot of fun jokes and an excellent performance from Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay.
I'm stuck between an 8 and a 9.
Ooh.
A 9 feels too high, but I have no reason to give it a 9. No reason not to give it a 9.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I need to think about it some more before I decide on a ranking.
Okay. I mean, those are the lofty heights.
It was a very funny movie. I was bursting out in laughter, bro.
I know what I'm watching in the next week.
Well, I don't know. It may not be for you.
Okay.
It's a sex comedy.
Yeah.
And
I know.
apparently you hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Cool.
The end. Thank you for listening. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe, give a like.
Give 2. Give 3.
Importantly, it needs to, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
However many accounts you have.
listen, start a mailing list. When a new episode comes up, you send a message to all your friends that said they give it a like.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
All I'm asking for is some light fraud. That's
Some very light fraud.
Listen, 1 year in jail max. That's all you're risking here.
We won't tell if you don't.
Yeah. So importantly, it needs to be a 5-star review.
It has to be.
It would be fucked up if we did fraud and it was a 3-star review, bro. Come on now. Let's get serious about this. Please subscribe on Patreon to listen to our movie commentaries.
Yeah.
You can find all our links at PAICIP.com. Please tell a friend and tell that friend to tell a friend. Tell a family member.
Tell everybody.
And I'm just remembering we can't end the show now.
Oh, yeah.
Because I updated the website, PAICIP.com.
Right.
To include our Fantasy Premier League link.
Yes.
So you can join our league for fantasy.
Yeah.
Right? And we said we were going to chat about the Premier League being back.
That is true. We did say that.
And I'm a little bit worried.
Okay.
We bought this guy, his name is Endo.
Yeah. Saw
Right.
that. Yeah.
And I'm excited about Endo.
Yeah.
He seems like the correct signing.
Okay.
But we've signed him and we don't have another 6.
yeah.
If he was a signing and we got like Lavia,
Yeah.
that would have been perfect.
Oh, yeah.
But unfortunately, I'm very upset about the way Liverpool have done their transfer business.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, United got battered yesterday.
Yeah. That they did. Yeah.
Anyway, that's really what I have to say. So yeah, we've already done the ending.
Yeah.
So bye.
Cheerio.
Au revoir.